So hang on, guys. I'm trying to get my camera situated here with all this. Uh oh, I never took that out. Shit. How's everybody doing? All right, you know what time it is. It's Big E live time. So let's see who shows up today. Um, just trying to get the sweat. Uh, whew. All right, so okay, here we go. Sorry. Oh, is that Ashley? Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I got clean my glasses. How you doing, Ashley? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully your day was well. I'm a little discombobulated. Just got done. Hi, Jess. How you doing? Thanks for checking in. I just got back from walking Jeddah, our dog. We have the way we're looking at the radar. There's some heavy thunderstorms coming. So there were some flashes of lightning just now when I got home from walking the dog. So um, yeah. But thanks for checking in, guys. Um, really not much going on. Um, some stuff going on with the Corvette. I'm not. I'm in the middle of. It's like a cosmetic thing. So it's not done. It's halfway done. So I really don't want to talk about it till it's done, and then I would like kind of do like reveal. Woo. So anyway, that's with that. Why is my workbench still? Oh, that's why. Because I didn't get nothing cleaned up last night because Sadie. So, um, oh, Wendy, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. Uh, I am. I don't know if it's the heat. Why I'm so discombobulated. Good lord, man, I am sweating like nobody's freaking business here. Let me see if I can pop this down a little bit. All right, maybe that. I don't know. Is that better? I kind of don't see the top of my head. I don't know. Whatever. I don't think anybody wants to anyway. Actually, it's my OCD is going nuts. Sorry. So yeah. We let's see. Updates. Yes, breathe and water. So updates. Today's day 2 says I did the emergency repair on the wife's car with the exhaust. Um, I'll start with that. So the other day when we got hit with a real heavy thunderstorm, I forget how much. I mean, it was. I've never seen like it was white out. You couldn't see like even across the street. It was raining that hard. So here, Emmaus had a ton of flooding. So my son was like, "Hey, let's go see the flooding." Blah blah blah. So we were in my wife's car. She has a Ford Edge. So I'm like, my wife's freaking out because she's like, I don't want to get swept away, blah, blah, blah. Because the whole thing, which the unfortunate thing that happened in Texas at that camp, that's tragic. A lot of loss of life and stuff. So that's just terrible and in everybody's mind. But anyway, I'm like, look, I said, I'll make sure everything's cool. So we're storming here. Okay, Wendy, where are you from? You probably told me and I forget. Um, yes, Jess. Any kind of natural thing, there's always prayers and concerns that the people that we know that are in that are safe and well. Um, oh, right, mountaintop. I forgot. But yes, I saw on the radar that there was like a cell of thunderstorms. It was like yellow center and a real dark green. So I know you guys are gonna get freaking hammered for a little bit. Hi, it's Real Roads. I hope I said it right. Anyway, thanks for checking in. I hope I didn't say your name wrong. If I said it wrong, one of these years I'm gonna say it right. I just be patient, please. But anyway, so we were driving around in my wife's car. Um, we went through like this little. It was running across the road, but maybe it was Whether has yeah, it's like rinse, cycle, rinse, repeat, blah blah blah. Yeah. I have an aunt. Thank you, Julie. Jess, I had an aunt who lives in. I think she still lives in Lakeland, Florida. And yeah, it's basically every day you get a storm, and then it clears up. Whatever. Unfortunately, we wanted to get down there to visit her. Unfortunately, she has Alzheimer's real bad. It's getting worse. So we had to cancel that whole idea of going to visit her. Are you near Lakeland, Jess? But that's where she lives. But she's not doing well with the Alzheimer's. I get updates from my mom. It's her sister, so I get updates from my mom every now and then about what's going on there. I It's one of those. It's unfortunate. Anyway, I crawled all the way out on this limb, and now I gotta crawl all the way back to tell my story about what happened with the wife's car. So what ended up happening, we went through this where it was running. I probably was, I would say maybe 4 or 5 inches deep, the water. So drove through it, didn't think anything of it. All of a sudden, I hear a clang noise, and the car sounds like it has no muffler on it. So I pull over on the side of the road where it's dry. Here, the flex pipe that comes down from the engine and the intermediate pipe that go into the muffler, there's a joint there. Somehow it came apart and went like this. So now I have exhaust coming straight out of the engine with no muffler or nothing. So was able to get it home. Was able to put the pipes apart and put them back together. Uh, and then I welded everything. So I'm waiting. Hopefully this repair holds. We're on day 2. Yay. Of the weld holding. The car is quiet. It sounds great. It doesn't make any noise. It's quiet, so that's good. So yeah. We have that. Also have the on my truck. I will get to that. I visited with him, Julie. I'm going to get to that next. Okay, just hang with me. Okay, thank you. My truck is still blowing cold air. It doesn't have high speed fan. I don't know what I did, but I was playing around with the wires, was looking around because I thought it was the resistor. Now I have high speed fan. So obviously there's a loose wire somewhere I got to find. So that's going to have to wait till this heat breaks. So, okay, Julie asked how my dad's doing. So I did stop in today to check in on him. He says he feels fine. He's having good days. So far this week, let's see, it's Wednesday. He said every day he's doing good. He's getting stuff done around the house, but he's mad because he gets so tired. And he says it's in his words, it's a real big to do for him to do anything. I said, Dad, do you realize with what you have, it's going to be a big to do? I said, take your time, do whatever. So he's actually um, doing all right. I think he said he mowed his grass. So again, he was sitting on the tractor, and he enjoys doing that. And my mom just, I told her just let him do it, just his thing. And I reminded him, I said, Dad, remember about the heat, don't overdo it. He says, yeah, I know. I said, well, make sure you drink, stay cool. I said, don't overdo it, Pop. So I visited with him today for about 20 minutes. So he's doing okay for the shape he's in. So I'm going to check. That's a great idea, Jess. I didn't even think of that. So that's might be something I have to suggest to him is to make lists of what he would like to get done that day, that week, whatever he wants to do. Um, so, um, so yeah, so that's going to be a continuous check-in thing. Let's Julie, you checking in? Okay, so you're doing fine. I hope everybody's doing well. I know. Oh shoot, Who was it from Mountaintop? I am terrible. My mind is terrible right now. I got so much on my mind. Hope it was. Who was that? Can somebody who was from Mountaintop that checked in? I forgot the name. Oh, it's Wendy. Yes. Okay. How are things there? Are you safe? You good with the heavy thunderstorms? Hopefully you're well. You're inside. I hope in good shelter. I hope. Yes. Yeah. Are you good? You said it was big storms, and I saw something on the radar. Okay. Yeah. It's probably going to come down hard for a while, from what I saw on the radar. Like I said, it was a yellow cell that's coming over top of you, so you're going to be probably hammered for a while yet. So yeah, stay inside and just I hope everything's all right. I hope you don't lose power or anything. So good for so hang in there. I think here in Allentown we're gonna get hammered very shortly. Uh, yeah, Jess, I got to get in the habit, and I used to do this when I was younger. I used to carry around a spiral notebook and a pen, and I'd write shit down so I wouldn't forget it. I got out of that habit, and when I did that, I was good. Got out of the habit, and I need to get back on that again. That habit of it's kind of weird because you're carrying that around and to write it down. Thank you, Wendy. I'm gonna hang out here in the garage. I have the garage door open. As soon as it starts really, if it starts getting nuts, I think I'm gonna. And if we're still on live, I'm gonna exit out. But I'm gonna try and hang in here with you guys. Okay, so the wife's car is good. My truck's still blowing cold AC. Dad's happy. Um, as happy as he can be. I reminded him again that he needs to take small victories as a huge win, no matter how small. It's a win. So I was trying to tell him, hey, just do your thing. Don't worry about what you get done. I said, remember, I said you don't have a full-time job like I do. That you got to work around. I'm like I say, they changed our hours at Mac. Now it's an 8.5 hour day, so it's even less time because it's a pain in the ass and get up earlier. Trying to get stuff done. A lot of other things in the works that I'm trying to figure out for that I could put on the channel. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Thanks for checking in. Hope you're well. We are just talking about the weather. Wendy is getting hammered with a pretty serious thunderstorm right now. I'm probably shortly going to get some of that as well. Jess, I think, said something about there's stuff in Florida. There's some weather down there. So we're kind of just talking about the weather, kibitzing back and forth about that. So thanks for checking in. I'm sorry to hear that, Nicole. Oh, it's raining in Colorado. Okay. Someone checked in on Julie. Someone checked in on and in Ohio. Yeah, they're everywhere. When it gets hot like this, those storms pop up like that. I mean, they're yeah. It was Julie. What was I gonna say? Oh, Julie, Colorado. Yes. There's a gentleman on Saturday's live that checked in. I was saying how dry it is in Colorado right now. So I basically said, hey, I hope you guys get rain. I don't want you guys to have flooding, but I want you guys to have rain so you don't have the drought. And that way it's, get things kind of normal, moisture wise. So, let's see what else. I'm going to see next week what we do live wise. There's some things coming up. I'm also gearing up for possibly, I'm not 100% sure if I'll do it. I don't know if anybody's been checking in. I'm keep talking about doing this Super Chevy race next weekend. And mechanical wise, it's totally doable. Mental wise, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, with stuff going on, my mind somehow developed this talking myself out of doing things. So, um, Wendy, it's going to be it's at Maple Grove Raceway in Moton, PA, which is near Reading, PA. Um, I should probably do it, um, but um, I'm just. What's that? What is it passing by? I doubt it will. It was a huge cell. It almost was like the whole estate. Yay. Yeah, I think he does. I think he has. Didn't he have the Nitro Fish Dodge Dart? It was like a blue and white kind of cool paint scheme on it, I believe. No, that was Andy Anderson. I'm sorry. It's been years since I've been down there, and I used to know some of the regulars, but that was quite a number of years ago. I kind of don't know really anybody who runs down there because I've just been out of it for so long. So have to forgive me for that. Um, so I could make it. I could make it happen. Uh, as far as the car being ready, the truck being ready, and the trailer being ready. Unfortunately, my mind's back and forth. Uh, One day I'm like, yeah, um, hey, sparkly and fast. I mean, hey, if you got that, you got a race car. um, okay, I will do that. I will do that. That name sounds familiar, but I'll have to, yeah, see if I can run into him. Not literally, but see if I run into him and have a conversation. So that's where I'm at. I'm torn. It's like arguing with myself. Um, if I want to do that or if I don't want to do that. Part of me does. Part of me is like, not really to make um, to do that. Yeah. Well, Nicole, you're just gonna have to find one. Get a Mopar that would pass tech inspection, and let's go. I mean, come on. Let's get everybody out there. Have some fun. Why not, right? And I think that's the biggest thing I struggle with too. Is when I was crewing, and I think I might have mentioned this last night. When I was crewing with on a dragster team, it was very much the guy who was there. Um, they was saying about it was more like a business. He so I understand he had a dragster. That was, I mean, a lot of money. There you go. Bring it down. Why not? I mean, have some fun. Dial it in. Let's go. If you need help dialing it in, I'll even dial the thing in for you. Let's have some fun. Why not? um, hey, why not? There's a bunch of 5.7. I have one in my truck, but my truck's too heavy, so I'm not going to race that. But there's a lot of 5.7 Chargers that are running down there. Yeah, I mean, heck, yeah, why not? Bring it on down. Maybe what we'll do, I know we can't do Super Chevy if I decide to go because it has to be Chevy powered, blah, 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 blah. You know, the rules and shit. So, whatever. But maybe like a Saturday thing. Um, like a Saturday bracket or a test and tune could even try some stuff. Whatever, or I could even do a thing alive on how car prep and explain kind of how bracket racing works with drag racing. Is that a bug or is that just what is that? That's weird. Whatever. Yeah, I could do that. It's a just yeah, they're all the same. Charges, chargers. Yeah, I know. I got what you meant. That's all that matters. So let me put this up. It's messing me up here because I can't see my eyes and it's wigging me out. But Well, that's same thing happened to me, Wendy. When Dale passed away in 2001, I kind of gave up. I was hoping I was a lot younger, and I was kind of hoping that Jeff Gordon could have stepped up and it kind of filled those shoes. But I think that was the problem. I think Dale's shoes were so huge, no one person could fill that, and they were already pushing back with the uh, that car of the COT car, the car of tomorrow. They kept talking about that was coming out. That was in stages of testing. They were going to release that, I think, the following year or something like that. And it was just so much stuff when Dale passed away that was going on behind the scenes. That, and I think he was the only one really able to uh, have the pushback um, against NASCAR and their corporate ideas. And anybody who follows racing knows as soon as corporate dollars become more important than the actual sport itself, it'll die. And I think that's the thing Dale Earnhardt Sr. did. He still had the grassroots. He was still the old school. Richard Petty, yes. I mean, come on. Superbird got outlawed because that thing was just, it was crazy fast. So the NASCAR couldn't have that. They had to give him shit about that too. But anyway, and I think Earnhardt was the only one that was able to kind of still have that grassroots deal and keep NASCAR real like that. And when he passed away, there was a lot of guys that just like you had Kenny Schrader. I know he went through the ringer with that deal. I know Darrell Waltrip. I mean, he was kind of, I thinking about retiring, and then he was up in the booth, and I think his son Dale, uh, yeah, it's there. There was a lot of Then there was the thing with Winston with the smoking and the tobacco shit that was going on because that hit NHRA as well. Um, a lot of corporate shit. So that's what ended up happening. I think Dale Earnhardt was the only one who kept the sport real, what it was supposed to be. That it was a fan and it was a race. I think when he um, was passed away, that was the last beacon that kept NASCAR grounded to what it should be. Because it didn't take long after that, it started to become more about the corporate dollar, dollar signs, and things like that, more than keeping the sport real. I mean, Dale Jr., I'm looking into some of his stuff, and yeah, I mean, he had it, but yeah, well, that was the problem. Yeah, the big thing was just all the like Darrell Waltrip, Sterling Marlin. You had Terry Labonte, Bobby Labonte. Um, no way, that's awesome. With Richard Petty, all those guys got out of it then, and anybody who was still in it shortly after Dale's death, they all got out of it too. So yeah, that's cool to know. But it's um, it's a shame when stuff like that happens. Um, there's things that happen with NHRA too as well. That um, I mentioned the thing with Winston. So what ended up happening is there was that whole tobacco thing in the early 2000s that they could only sponsor one race, like sanctioning race deal or something. And what happened was Winston was involved with NASCAR, and then Winston also did the sponsored the bracket points racing for NHRA for the local guys, and they put up a lot of money for the professionals too. Um, so what ended up happening when that whole deal came, another government fucking bullshit. So when that came down, Winston decided to go with NASCAR and drop NHRA sponsorship money and dump basically put all their eggs in one basket, thinking NASCAR was the way to go. Uh, and So then what ended up happening was is then I believe so NHRA was like in a tailspin. We weren't even sure if we were going to have a season. So Powerade was just coming out. Energy drink just came out, and they had pick signed. I think the first year was like a wait and see kind of thing, but they signed on for 1 year. I believe, if my memory serves me correct, I think they were originally going to do 1 year and see how it is before they got into something that was more like a multi-year contract with NHRA, and end up being they actually did very well, and then they signed on, and then it was what Mellow Yellow. I mean, we've had so many sponsors changes with NHRA, it's ridiculous. But there again, what had happened was Wally Parks passed away, I think 2002 or 2003, who was who founded NHRA from the 50s. So he passed away. There again, now we have corporate suits who took over for Wally and just wanted that corporate dollar to come into NHRA to fuel everything and blah da 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 da. And then it started to become, at least what I noticed was like with NASCAR, a lot of your older guys like Kenny Bernstein and there's Kenny Bernstein, Jim Head. I'm trying to think who Don Prudhomme, Joe Amato. A lot of them exited NHRA because it's just one of those where the actual grassroots of the sport just were gone. And they were being replaced. They were bringing in these young kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I remember Dave Connolly. He was, I believe, he ran Super Comp Dragster, and he actually jumped in. He got into a pro stock deal, and he could drive. I mean, the kid could cut a reaction time like nobody's business. And a couple of times he put Warren Johnson on the trailer, and I have my feelings about Warren Johnson. I mean, he may have done some things, but he was also a little bitch too about stuff. So that's just my feeling on that. Erica Enders, I'm probably going to make some enemies when I say this. All the good ones left. Erica Enders, I'm sorry, but never impressed me. I mean, the only thing that she had over pretty much everybody else is she was marketable. And that's when I realized, and that's when I stopped renewing my NHRA membership, was I was seeing more and more of these people coming in, and they weren't coming in based on their talent or whatever they were able to do. They were based on how much sponsorship dollar was behind their name that their teams could bring in to the sport, and how marketable are they, you know? So there's some other female names I'm not going to get into. And they were making a big thing about the first, female pro. No. See, that's bullshit. Because if you look in the history of NHRA, what was her name? It was a Dodge. I think it was a Dodge Coronet. I think it was running stock Eliminator. Yes, Jess, you're right. It's all become sponsorship dollar and how marketable are you? Can they put your pretty face on the TV with their product, and are they going to make $1 million? That's what it comes down to. What was her name? Shaheen. If anybody can, if I remember, I'm going to do this. Google the Dragon Lady drag car, and this lady should come up. It's from the '60s. She ran pro stock, I believe, or maybe it was just stock. I don't remember. But they're making this big deal about Erica Enders' first female, blah, this, that, and they're pumping this up. It's like, hey, asshole, do your research. There were women drag racers from the '60s that drove these, ill-handling, ill-engineered cars down the fucking track, and they were turning great times. You don't hear a big deal about them. Shirley Muldowney, yeah, she was running Top Fuel. I'm kind of on the fence with her. I kind of don't like her attitude, but she's from New York. No offense, but she had that attitude, and stuff. And she was razzed a lot. And I think that's a lot of it too, is that these female drivers get razzed a lot, and when all and some of them I think shouldn't, because it's just they do a better job driving than the men in most cases, and that's probably why they get razzed, is because some guys feel threatened. Hey, how many times did I get put on a trailer because there was a female in the other lane? At least 3 times I know of, maybe more, but they just have that thing. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. I forgot the name. I forgot it was Shirley, but I remember it's the Dragon Lady. Jess, what class was that? Stock Eliminator, or was she running pro stock? I don't remember. My memory is failing, but I know she was one of the pioneers as well, of drag racing in the '60s, which of all times, the '60s. That's when still you didn't have the whole. Uh, yeah, '97. Yeah, I do remember something about that. Yes. Um, uh, because the '60s was a time when still women. The whole idea was women were in the kitchen making cookies. So just wipe off your face, Levi. You'll be fine. Just go like this. Just wait. You're going to be fine. I do it all the time. So for her to come out and have that kind of success drag racing, an NHRA pro event. Okay. Do you know what class was that? Pro stock? It says a pro class. I'm assuming it was pro stock. I just want to verify that I have my information straight.
So you said that didn't work?
I can't find the power cord for my practice chair. I have to look for it. Just so much other stuff going on, buddy. But you hardly hear anything about her, and it's like I think she should be credited as the first woman in drag racing
Correct.
who had a big successful with that, and hey, and that was a harder
Did it
era,
rain yet?
huh?
Did it rain yet?
No, it's humid though, buddy. Um, I think that was a harder time for women to get in that kind of sport, and for her to not only get in but be successful. I mean, my hat's off to her, and that I gotta try and remember her full name for in the future. So, but yeah, and I think that's like I think Jess was the one who mentioned earlier. I think that's a lot of what's going on with professional sports. I think we're getting a lot of
Why are you
people
doing it in the garage? You should do it out here.
because the lighting's terrible out there, buddy.
Still, you should talk to him out here.
Well, yeah, the problem is nobody will see me. It's not necessarily your talent or your abilities. It's based on, do you have the face, and do you have what corporate America is looking for, so they can market whatever bullshit they're trying to sell or market and have you attached to it. That's basically, I think, what it comes down to. Anyway, I don't know how I got on this freaking tangent, but here I am on this tangent. Uh, anyway, so I'm going to see how this week goes. If I can get the other thing done on a Corvette, I might do an unveiling thing with that. I'm going to see in the next couple days about Super Chevy if I can go or not. If it's something I'm able to do, I got to get my mental psyche where I'm positive that I can do it. I'm having a lot of self doubt about it, and the only way that's going to go away is with seat time. Um, so I'm going to struggle with that. You understand half the words. Yeah, there is a lot on her. She was very successful, and I think what the cool aspect of her story is, it was her and her husband worked as a team, and she drove, so she's credited with it, but he still helped her out, and just the success that they achieved as working as a husband and wife team is really amazing. So it's a cool story. I should do research on it some more, and just to get myself versed on it, and to understand fully what happened. But again, was done in a period of time where it was harder for women to be in sports than it is now. Yes, you're right, Jess. I should, and it's just I need to get my head screwed on straight and just go for it. So that's what I'm going to work on this week because the car is basically ready. The truck, for the most part, is ready. Everything's pretty much ready, except I have to get myself figured out. And I want to look at the weather too, what it's going to be next weekend, so I know how to pack everything. Yeah, and the thing is, your failures is how you learn. That's kind of what I'm going to go uh, with that. Um, but yeah. And I still haven't had my practice tree hooked up because I can't find the power cord. So I need to practice on there as well. But I gotta find a power cord. I don't know where I put it. I'm gonna have to see what I can find, if that. And that's not it. I found a power cord, but that's not the one. So anyway, um, yeah. What if? You're right. What if? What if it does work? What if I. Yes, I got the same problem, Jess. Uh, yeah. So, so we'll see. Like I said, I need to get myself tuned up because the car is ready, everything else is ready, but me. So I'm gonna work on that and go from there. So so, but again, this is every night. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to go, guys. So um, I'm out of things to. Yeah. So I'm gonna get going. Uh, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. And I'm gonna end as usual. Watch out for each other. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time right here on Big E's. Bye for now.